Hi, I'm Bruce Weber, and I'm Project Director along with my wife Marjorie, and we're from Ontario, Canada, and we're working here in Lafayette, Louisiana, as we rebuild after a huge flood that happened in August of 2016.
We were, concerned. There was water that started accumulating in the yard. It was about maybe a foot, and I would monitor the water by. We had a barbecue pit here, that was outside of the window, and I would come here and I would look at different levels, and it was rising quickly. The rivers were backing up and they were going in the opposite direction, and that's when things really got kind of hectic. So when it was 3 inches left, we put what we could on tables and
left with a bag on our shoulder. That's all we could leave with.
MDS is working with a lot of different funding groups. Well, here particularly we're working with two. Love Acadiana is our primary resource. They are our case managers and they are funding with United Way.
There was an unprecedented amount of rainfall that came over a series of 3 days. More water fell than this area has ever seen. This area hasn't flooded in over 50 years. As the waters piled up, the homes were just repeatedly flooded. Coulees were bellowing over, and some homes, gotten up to 3 feet of water.
This was not a flood area, so a lot of people weren't insured for floods.
So the Mennonites was the first ones that responded to us so quickly and came in, gave us hope, and we were limited funds, and they got the sheetrock, they got the labor, and came in and just started working and said, we're gonna do as much as we can do to help you guys get back to a normal life, and they did.
Over 40,000 homes were impacted, so FEMA and others rushed in to help. Now community members and others are rallying to muck out houses, to get people out of, danger, essentially black mold and other elements, and then the rebuild. And so that's where we have the pleasure of hearing about Mennonite Disaster Service. Our task and our challenge was to be the case managers of this local community, and MDS would bring the volunteers, would bring the workforce, would bring the love. And so we partnered together. We've been together for the last couple of months. We've been infused with people from all over Canada, the East Coast, West Coast, all over.
I'm Aaron Zimmerman, and
I'm Jackson Kelly.
We're doing a road trip together for a few months.
And actually called Alicia at the office and was just like, hey, where do you need people? We're going to be here for the next couple weeks, so where can we stop?
from this point down, all of the 4 feet up was taken out. In some of the areas that were here, they just went ahead and they replaced all of the sheetrock.
Every once in a while, one of them would come up to me and say, can I give you a hug? And that meant a lot, and that made a big difference, because at the time you are kind of breaking inside, and just that hug, we're here and we're gonna do what we can do, and it really made an impact, and it meant a lot. It really did mean a lot.
We all serve a living God. We see God's unique thumbprint on every one of these homes.
It's been a rough road to get through, but we have been blessed with the Mennonites, and they definitely are a godsend. They came from so far away to help people that they didn't even know that were strangers to them, and made us feel like family.
I just love these folks. I really love them.